Hi everybody, and remember that being successful in construction isn't about getting the right job, it's about not getting the wrong one. That said, let's jump into purchase orders and do a quick walkthrough of these. So in purchase orders, you can create a new purchase order here. You have your keyword search for your list view. You've got your filter button, and you've got your Kanban or card view. People call them different things, and you can drag and drop from one status to the next. Let's go ahead and go back to our list view, and we'll take a look at a purchase order. One thing about purchase orders, very important to use them even whether you issue that purchase order or not. In the estimate, you've accounted for these items. Somewhere in your estimate, you put in for John Deere 310 loader. You put in for a mixer medium. So you've accounted for those costs in your estimate, and now it's very important, like say, whether you issue that purchase order or not, but to account for them in your committed cost, and you do that by creating the purchase order. So let's walk through the fields of it. Got your project up here. Subject is a required field. Date and purchase order number. From, shipped to, approved by. Let me unlock that record. Now who's your supplier? And again, this is also just for reporting purposes because you can do purchase order reports, etc. So shipped via, FOB point, billing status. The job costing will come into effect once this has been moved to the approved status. So you can have it on hold, pending, or once it's paid, it'll go to paid, or you've canceled it. But as you're putting it together, put it on pending or on hold. When it's ready to be issued or you have your numbers flat, move it to the approved status. Then it'll be taken into account for in accounting. Got some notes. Now to add items to our purchase order, we're going to add from. We can import from our estimate. We can import from our schedule of values. We can import from our database, or I can just add a new blank item. When I click Add Item to Purchase Order, brings me up the box that we see in estimating, change orders. They're all kind of the same, exact same box. So we're going to fill that out. Probably item type is going to be material, equipment, possibly labor if you're using a temp agency. Item quantity, item price, item unit, so lump sum, each, hour, whatever the item unit is going to be. You got your markup, you can mark that up a % or a dollar amount. And your cost code. And the main thing you want to use here is whatever you attributed that cost to in the estimate, you want to use that same cost code, of course, so everything matches up in reporting. So that's just kind of it. It's fairly simple. You can add an attachment down here. And then once we hit submit, we can take a look at our action button. In our action button, we can view the PDF. Or if I am going to send this, maybe whether it's just to another employee, or I'm actually going to send it to my supplier, K&R Rental, then I would choose the email PDF. When it's all done, project maybe is done, you can archive that item. It's not going to go away, it's just not going to show up on the list here unless you run a filter and look for archived items. So purchase orders are very simple, very straightforward, but very important to use to keep track of your cost. Thanks everybody, hope that helped.